Ombuds is an open source application that protects free speech on the internet. And it does this by storing public statements on the blockchain. Now, over the last few years, social movements have used social media to spread information, to organize, and really to build digital culture. But as these movements have gotten political, we've started to see the limits of social media. Now, we can see it on sites like Twitter, where they get requests to remove content. So oppressive governments can essentially order Twitter to remove content that they view as politically inconvenient. And Twitter, every time they receive one of these requests, has to make a decision on whether or not they're going to comply with that request. Now, they don't actually comply with a lot of these requests, but the problem remains that by design they can. And so the problem here is that Twitter is essentially a typical web service in the sense that they use what we call the client-server model to host and distribute content. And in that model, users like these guys connect to a central server that has essentially final editorial control over that content. And if your user is an activist, is a dissident, is a journalist in one of these countries, then handing over editorial control to Twitter actually removes a lot of the autonomy that person has. So we basically can do better than this, and we have a better system that by design prevents these kinds of problems. And the way it works is that it's a peer-to-peer system that uses a single shared history to ensure that every message that has been posted into that peer-to-peer network is stored and distributed. And it just so happens that the peer-to-peer network that we're using is Bitcoin. So Ombuds is an application that exists on top of Bitcoin, and it uses Bitcoin transactions, which are distributed, they're immutable, and they're publicly visible to all participants in the Bitcoin network to store and protect free speech. Now, we're doing this because we view free societies as something we should all strive to build. And to get there, we need the tools that protect and preserve those principles that we espouse. And one of those basic human rights is the right to free speech. So if you want to check out our application, we have another video that's just a demo of it. And you can check out our website if you want to help us build this project. And we're looking forward to hearing from you because this matters to us and it should matter to you. Thank you.